Coming up on Hawk TV, we take a look at Student Council's homecoming preparation, a junior verbally committing to play Division I golf, and an update on volleyball. This is Hawk TV for Friday, November 6th. Good morning, Hebron High School. I'm Ellery Lyles. Sophomore Kyler Beck is a young actor in the theater program who acts both inside and outside of school. Ava Caballero-Romo got to take a closer look into his recent achievements and experiences over the years.
Sophomore Kyler Beck has been acting since he first started school in kindergarten. Beck says he enjoys how acting in theater allows him to express himself.
I've always liked theater because it's very expressive. I love how you can choose to play different characters that you usually wouldn't. It's fun to be a villain or a geek or something that you aren't in your everyday life.
At such a young age, Beck discovered many talents. Beck's mother, Lisa Beck, put him in lessons and classes through the years to enhance his skills beyond just acting.
I think that he's good at it, and we've put him in singing and dancing too. So I think it helps that he has some things to go along with the acting. And I think it's his dream pretty much, so I think I would see him doing it.
After joining the theater program his second semester last year, Beck was quickly recognized for his talents. Sophomore Jacob Martin says not only did he know Beck was talented, but he also knew about his acting career outside of school.
Brought it with them back there into the pool room and kept him himself.
Well, he seemed like the Hollywood type, to be honest. He was very good at acting, and he's been in a movie.
Last year, Beck was cast to play the role of Scott in the movie The Adventures of Rufus, the Fantastic Pet. While filming the movie, Beck's mother says she was always with him and supporting him on set.
I've also been on the 2 movie sets with him. And with Hollywood, how it is today, you pretty much have to stay with him. He's a young boy, so I sit and I just read, or I don't know, go for a jog, but I'm on all the sets with him all the time.
Everybody in here is thinking that...
While Beck has been acting for years, he still gets nervous when starting something new. On set, both in his movie and in theater, Beck says it takes time to get comfortable, but he enjoys meeting new people and playing new characters.
What are they going to do, right?
The first couple days, it's really pretty nerve-wracking. You're kind of nervous because if you've never done it before, you're meeting new people and you're experiencing what it's like to be on that set. But after a while, it gets really comfortable and you have so much fun, playing the character, going to the different sets, and just acting in general.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Ava Caballero-Romo.
Thanks, Ava. You can find Beck's movie on Amazon Prime, Redbox, and YouTube. Despite its initial launch coming in 2018, Innersloth's Among Us has become one of the most popular games of 2020. We asked students who play what their go-to hat and color is in the game.
I picked the color orange and I put cheese on my head.
My color is lime and I wear the top hat.
I wear pink, and I also wear the little military hat thing. It's pretty lit.
I go as the color cyan and I use the pumpkin hat.
I play as the color cyan and I wear the flamingo hat. It's lit.
I'm the color black and I don't wear a hat.
I play as the color red and I use the post-it note that says dumb on it. Yeah.
Homecoming week is next week, but like many things, this school year will look different than years past. Malat Woldu got to take a look at the preparation and decisions made in order for homecoming traditions to live on.
Due to the level orange precautions still in place in LISD, the homecoming dance will not be happening this year. However, the staff and student leadership organizations such as STUCO and the Student Staff Committee have been utilizing this time to further plan and organize additional homecoming events. With risks still persisting, Principal Amy Boughton gives an insight on the different aspects of preparation.
I think with any activity, there comes some additional dangers, even with a game. I mean, you just have to think about the event, how to keep every student as safe as possible.
Although homecoming events were first denied by the district, through consistency in following procedures, Student Council sponsor Jennifer Russell says these events became a possibility and eventually a reality.
At first, there was no parade and there was no pep rally or a community pep rally. And as the weeks went on, and people got used to wearing masks and social distancing, and the district started to see that it's working. They said, okay, here's how we can change it, and so we're able to do the parade, but just with a little twist.
As homecoming week comes closer, STUCO President Courtney Case and Russell say even with the changes, the ultimate goal is to give the school its homecoming traditions as close to normal as it can be, while remaining as safe as possible.
The goal for right now is trying to have a safe yet fun homecoming, because we know that it'll be different without having a dance, but we're still trying to make that high school experience enjoyable for all the students.
We just want something like what we had. I think that this year so many things have been taken away from us, and we thought it was bad last year for our seniors that didn't get to have prom and didn't get to have graduation the normal way, but they didn't get to have their whole school year altered like our seniors have.
Although there is extra workload for the preparation of these upcoming events, Boughton says as principal, the students, specifically seniors, are what drive her into making these events successful.
We're really trying to focus on our seniors for this year and making sure that they get access to football tickets first, making sure that they're on the floats for the parade, and just I want to do everything in my power to make the seniors this year the best year possible for them.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Malat Woldu.
Thanks, Malat. On November 11th, the reverse homecoming parade will take place in the school parking lot, and the community pep rally will be held at Hawk Stadium. The Black Student Union is currently accepting new and former members. Club sponsor Alicia Hensley says the club will focus on students having a voice on campus, leadership skills, taking academic success to the next level, college preparation, acts of kindness on campus and in the community, and most importantly, celebrating and educating each other on the historical achievements of African American women and men in the U.S. Complete the short Google form linked below today to receive a personal WebEx invitation for the first meeting. If you still have questions, email Ms. Hensley at hensley@lac.net or stop by room 2235. In-person, virtual, and Virtual Plus are all welcome. According to the NCAA, only 2.8% of the country's more than 5,000 girl high school golfers go on to compete at the Division I level. Last month, junior Simran Shaw became a part of that small percentage when she committed to SMU for golf. And she's not the only one in her family to do this. Haley Pacheco got to take a look into her story.
Despite the rarity of playing a D1 sport and the impact of COVID-19 on the recruitment process, junior Simran Shaw verbally committed to Southern Methodist University for golf on September 15th. For many student athletes, official recruiting visits, tournaments, and golf camps have been canceled, but Simran already had a connection to the university. Simran's older sister, Serena Shaw, committed to SMU back in 2017 and is currently a junior. Simran says watching her sister's recruitment process and being more exposed to SMU's environment has led her to become more confident in her decision.
I kind of knew what I already wanted in a school because I'd gone and visited SMU a bunch of times with her, and I'd seen their practice facility and everything. So I kind of knew everything that I wanted, and SMU had that. So I just knew.
Simran initially looked into both Stanford and SMU, but after visiting California, she says she realized she wanted to stay close to home and family. Her sister Serena says she was not expecting this.
It was honestly a little unexpected just because we both went through the recruiting process, but both of our recruiting processes were very different in terms of when I committed, I wasn't going through coronavirus and, these crazy times we're in. But Simran's also a really great player. She's ranked the top 50 in the world, so she definitely had better accolades than I did. So her committing to SMU was a bit of a shock, but I was always pulling for her to come here, so it was a great surprise to have.
Simran and Serena were introduced to golf by their dad and grew to love the game. Because they started at the same time, Simran had Serena's experience to look up to and more time. Former Hebron golf coach Terry Campbell and Simran say because of when she started, she has been even more successful.
Unfortunately, Serena got to be the guinea pig because they had to go and test and try to figure out what path to go, what clubs to be in, what organizations to play in the summertime, what was going to be their best path to have college coaches be able to look at them. So they learned through Serena, even though Serena did a great job, but Simran, had a little better path.
When my sister started versus when I started, she was a lot older. And so people like in her age group had already started when they were like 6 or 7. And so I started at the right time. So I'm like kind of more advanced than she was at this age. So I'm kind of doing my own thing right now.
Simran has competed in a variety of prestigious tournaments like AJGA Gateway First Bank Junior Tournament, where she took home first place. She is currently ranked in the top 50 in the global junior golf rankings. Serena says their parents' encouragement and support has had a big influence in both of their success.
Committing to a college is a really big deal, and it comes with a lot of hard work and dedication, and that's something our parents have always instilled in us with whatever you do, putting your mind to it and doing it to the full extent. And that's something you can definitely see in Simran and I both. And I know watching my sister grow up and committing to SMU, there has been a lot of sacrifices, and a lot of those values of dedication and commitment have really shown through her work ethic.
Because Simran and Serena are 4 years apart, they have never played on the same team before, and never would. And now, because of COVID, they might have that chance.
Anyone that was affected in college, that was a spring sport, during last year's COVID issues, we were given an extra year to compete. And because Simran and I are 4 years apart, we were never given that opportunity to compete together. And now we might actually get a chance for 1 year for me to take a 5th year and her to come in as a freshman to have a chance to finally play on the same team together.
It wouldn't have happened unless COVID had happened. So I was super excited to find out that the coach at SMU might give her an extra year.
Serena and Campbell say Simran has a bright future ahead of her in golf.
I'd say Simran has a pretty bright future ahead of her in golf. She's done a lot in, the 6-7 years that we've both been competing, and I'm really excited to see where she goes, because so far what she's done is, way beyond what me or my family thought she could do, and she just continues to prove people wrong and show people that she's a lot more than just the little body she is,
They're both great players. They can make a name for themselves, which Serena has, and I know Simran will too.
And with the hopes of competing with Serena in college, Simran says she's looking forward to the future.
Looking towards the future, I'm so excited to go play with my sister at SMU, so hopefully she stays. I'm super excited to finish out my high school golf because I have a year left, and it's probably the most fun tournaments I've ever played. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going to SMU.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Haley Pacheco.
Thanks, Haley. Simran will begin her freshman year at SMU in the fall of 2022. With COVID obstacles, the volleyball team still hasn't played the 30 matches that they usually play by August. Elisa Young got to take a look into how the team is catching up and getting better despite these obstacles.
After losing in 3 sets to Coppell on Tuesday and setbacks from COVID-19, the volleyball team has been evaluating their season to figure out how to approach upcoming games. Head coach Karen Keeney says her priorities have shifted due to certain circumstances.
The whole world is in a different spot than we've ever been in our lifetime. And I'm old, and I've never faced anything like that. So for these teenagers to face this kind of stuff is very difficult. Their life has been turned upside down. And so I had to step back, not worry about playoffs, not worry about the win so much as the effort and the enjoyment, the improvement every game. And I've seen improvement in those kids.
There are currently only 2 games left for this season. Junior Harmony Samples says she wants to see a solid effort in these 2 games.
I hope that we can at least go out next week and fight the last 2 games and hopefully make it out into playoffs. But I think if we just fight and play to the best of our ability, we should be able to do something.
Senior and team captain Brooke Nichols says her team is always encouraging each other no matter the play.
I think we're good at encouraging each other,
even when like you aren't doing good, you are still uplifting someone else in whatever position you can.
Although the volleyball season has been very different, Keeney and Nichols say they are glad the seniors get to be on the court again and leave a footprint for the rest of the team.
It's been quite an adventure year, but I'm still grateful for the time I've had with my kids, and especially my seniors who deserve, that fourth year.
I mean, my goal since I'm a senior is just to finish the season off as hard as I can, leaving as much of an impact on the underclassmen as possible.
With their season still being unpromised, Keeney says she wants to enjoy the time the team has together.
We've had to kind of step back and go, okay, let's just enjoy our time together, as I tell the kids, and let's have some fun. Let's remember why we play this game.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Elisa Young.
Lisa, tonight's volleyball game against Plano East is senior night. The game begins at 6:30 in the main gym. In other sports news, football plays against Plano tonight at John Clark Stadium at 7. The girls basketball team takes on Garland Saxe in the 9th grade campus gym at 7:15. Girls golf has a tournament today and tomorrow at Southern Oaks Golf Club in Burleson, and the girls cross country team will compete at the regional meet in Lubbock on Monday. That's it for today's broadcast. I'm Ellery Lyles. Have any story suggestions? Our email is down below, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram.